Petr Čech, the Eternal Guardian. Our story begins on May 20th, 1982, in the industrial city of Plzeň in what was then Czechoslovakia. Petr Čech didn't enter the world alone. He was born a triplet alongside his sister Šárka and his brother Michal. But being a triplet came with a hidden biological vulnerability. Petr was born with a significantly thinner skull than most infants, a detail that would one day become a matter of life and death. His parents, Václav and Libuše, were retired athletes, and they raised Petr in a home where discipline and physical activity were part of daily life. Interestingly, Petr's first taste of fame didn't come from a football pitch, but from a television screen. In 1991, a 9-year-old Petr starred as the character Honza in the popular Czech series The Territory of White Deer. He was an actor before he was an athlete, a boy with blonde hair and a calm demeanor that hinted at the Iceman he would eventually become. Like many Czech children, Petr's heart belonged to ice hockey. His idol was the legendary goaltender Dominik Hasek. Petr desperately wanted to be a hockey goalie, but the financial reality of his family stepped in. The specialized pads, mask, and skates were far too expensive for his parents to afford. Football was the more accessible option. He joined Skoda Plzeň at age 7, but he wasn't a goalkeeper. He was a tall, lanky striker who loved scoring goals. The turning point came when he was 10. Petr suffered a severe fracture that kept him off the field for months. When he finally returned, he wasn't fit enough to run as a striker. To keep him involved, his coach put him in goal for a youth tournament. The boy who couldn't afford ice hockey equipment found his true calling on the grass. His height, reach, and ice-cool focus made him an instant natural. Petr's rise was meteoric. He made his professional debut for Chmel Blaszany at just 17 years old. By 2001, he had joined Sparta Prague, the biggest club in the country. It was here that the world first saw the wall. During the 2001-2002 season, Čech set a Czech professional record by going 903 consecutive minutes without conceding a single goal. Big clubs were watching. Arsenal tried to sign him, but a failed work permit blocked the move. Instead, he moved to Stade Rennais in France in 2002 for €5.5 million. In Ligue 1, Čech matured. He helped a struggling Rennes side avoid relegation and was eventually named the best goalkeeper in the league. By the time Roman Abramovich's Chelsea came calling in 2004 with a $7 million offer, Čech was ready for the global stage. Under José Mourinho, Čech became the cornerstone of a defensive revolution. In his debut season, 2004-2005, Čech did something no one thought possible. He kept 24 clean sheets in 38 games, a Premier League record that still stands today. That season, Chelsea conceded only 15 goals in the entire league campaign. He set a record of 1,025 minutes without conceding and won back-to-back Premier League titles in his first 2 years. At 6'5", with reflexes like a cat and a brain that could process the game faster than any attacker, Petr Čech was officially the best goalkeeper on the planet. October 14, 2006, a rainy afternoon at the Madejski Stadium in Reading. In the first minute of the game, Čech dove for a ball and collided with Stephen Hunt's knee. Čech crawled off the pitch on all fours before collapsing in the dressing room. The diagnosis was a depressed skull fracture. Doctors told his wife Martina that he was lucky to be alive. 2 metal plates were surgically inserted into his skull. For the next 10 days, his life hung in the balance. A single seizure could have ended his career or worse. But Czech's mind was as strong as his hands. Just 3 months later, defying all medical logic, he returned to the pitch at Anfield against Liverpool wearing the black protective headguard that would define the rest of his career. For the next decade, the man in the helmet won everything. But his greatest night came in Munich in May 2012. Facing Bayern Munich in their own stadium in the Champions League final, Chelsea were the underdogs. In extra time, Čech saved a penalty from Arjen Robben. Then came the shootout. Čech had studied every Bayern penalty for the last 5 years. He went the correct way for all 5 penalties he faced that night. He saved 2, allowing Didier Drogba to seal Chelsea's first ever Champions League crown. By the time he left Chelsea for Arsenal in 2015, he had 228 clean sheets for the Blues, a club record that may never be broken. At Arsenal, Czech continued to rewrite history. In 2015, he surpassed David James to become the all-time Premier League leader in clean sheets, eventually reaching a total of 202. He won his 4th Golden Glove and another FA Cup, proving his class remained permanent. But Czech wasn't just a shot stopper, he was an intellectual. He speaks 7 languages: Czech, English, French, German, Spanish, Italian, and Slovak. At Arsenal, he famously spoke to his defenders in 3 different languages during the same game to ensure they understood his commands instantly. After retiring in 2019, he returned to Chelsea as a technical advisor, where he personally scouted and signed Edouard Mendy, who would go on to win the Champions League just as Czech had done. Today, at 43 years old, Petr Čech is still guarding goals, but the grass has been replaced by ice. Fulfilling his childhood dream, he plays professional ice hockey as a goaltender. As of January 2026, he's playing for the Haringey Huskies in the NIHL. He also finds rhythm behind the drums, having recorded a charity single with Queen's Roger Taylor. Personal life has brought changes too. In August 2025, Petr and Martina announced their separation after 26 years together, though they remain close friends. His legacy now lives through his children. His daughter, Adela, is a talented defender for Fulham and the Czech U17 team. His son, Damien, has followed the ultimate family tradition. In 2025, at 16, he signed a professional contract with Fulham as a goalkeeper. From a triplet with a weak skull to the most successful goalkeeper in English history, Petr Čech's journey is one of unbreakable resilience. He didn't just play the game, he mastered it, survived it, and continues to inspire a new generation.